you hit the street. We hit the street January 2012 in the now very famous anti-subsidy fuel protest. And we gathered in over 26 states of the Federation. We moved beyond fuel subsidy to begin to advocate for structural changes. We began to ask certain fundamental questions. Why is Nigeria's president the most powerful president as far as the books are concerned, and yet the weakest of all of the presidents? On a Saturday morning, somebody told us to go on break, that there will not be protest again on Saturday, that we should resume the protest on Monday. And on Saturday morning, Freedom Square, all of the things that we put there were dismantled. Before we came onto the streets on Monday, NLC had announced that government had decided to make petrol 97 naira, and that they were not part of the negotiations. So we said, if you are not part of the negotiation, why did we call up the protest? Just a few years ago, under a phantom immigration exercise, because I hear the complainant say here today that we are tired. And I asked him, are we really tired? 700,000 able-bodied men gathered in stadium across the nations of the world. They had paid 1,000, they had paid 2,000 to be part of a job that was available for 4,700 people. Were there really jobs that were available? Well, your guess is as good as mine. But what happened? If you go to the one that happened at Samuel Stadium in Benin, we had young people who were trampled upon by the military. We had young people who were beaten because they were told to fall in line. And they wore white shirt and white knicker. At the end of the day, look at what happened. People died. But this was my utmost chagrin. Instead of young people beginning a revolution at that time, what happened was that people climbed over their brothers to go and write the test. People forgot that their brothers were suffering. And that's when I knew that even though we can talk as Christians, that there's hope for Nigeria, but statistically, structurally, the way we are as a country today, there's no hope for this country. Nigeria is a theater of absurdities. A theater of absurdities where capacity and sagacity is not the order of the day. This is a country where the more you know, the less your opportunity to aspire to the greatest office. The man said, I don't want to be a professor. Leave me as a PhD holder, that's just fine enough for me. So I asked him, Dr. Lakoju, who now represents my state at the National Population Commission, why don't you want to be a professor? He said, if I become a professor in Nigeria, I will be less qualified to lead this country. Because in this country, the more intelligent one are the followers, and the morons and the buffaloes, who specialize in strategy and buffoonery, are the ones who wear agbada. Can't you see how it happens abroad? You have legislators with big head and small stomach. In Nigeria, it is the opposite. You have legislators with big stomach and small head. Why are they like this? The question you may ask. They are like this because you and I are the way that we are today. They are like this because they take us for granted. They are like this because they know if we hit the streets. Thank God that Miss Ankyo Briggs is here. I watched her on television. Why she was carrying out her constitutional right to protest. She was complaining that she was molested. She was complaining that some people attacked her. And nobody did anything about it. I opened television today and I saw people protesting. Why were they protesting? Because President Donald Trump had not declared his tax returns. That's why America was protesting. A structure that superintends over every other aspect of society. So if in this country, what you know, the more you know, the less you become. How then can we willingly subscribe to the leadership of those who have beneath us? Because I heard somebody say once, it was Patrick Henry that said, as life becomes so sweet, and liberty becomes so desirable, that we must pay for it at the expense of chains and slavery. He said, God Almighty forbid, for I don't know what others desire, but as for me, give me freedom or give me death. Until Nigerians come to the point where they can demand for their own rights. Before, I used to say being a good citizen. I say if you see, don't bypass meter, don't rob banks, don't do this, don't do that. But I realized that when Ebola came, because Ebola came to the airports, the elite were coming to attack it. Because it is the airports that they use. If Ebola had come to they will not have anything about it. So I have said to them, let us participate in the issues. Until the government in this country is not, they will not realize that we are suffering in this country. Until the elite are also at the risk of what the common man is suffering, they will not realize that there's a need to change. So my fellow compatriots, we must rise up with strength in our arms. We must advocate for a new Nigeria. The Bible says the kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Those who own Nigeria, who can own Nigeria, they are not better than us. There are many people here who have what it takes to be senators, to be governors, to be House of Representatives, but they don't have the resources to push themselves here. We must take it by force. Those who want power will not willingly give it until we push them to the corner of the wall. This is our country. I like the stanza of the, I like the first national anthem that we sang. Nigeria, we hail thee. Our own dear native land. Though tribes and tongues may differ, in brotherhood we stand.